Hey guys, it's Jason. I've got a great tip for you today. I think that you need to get out a pen and paper and write this down. All right, it's extremely important. Okay, it's going to be a killer way for you to lock in some solid profits on some of your flips that need work. Okay, I took a property under contract about 2 months ago. All right, and it's in a great location. Okay, it's in a great location in Brandon, which is a little suburb of Tampa, and essentially what we've started doing is we've started waiting to put our properties on MLS until the BPO is completed. That way we know where we stand. And the important thing is there that when people are looking at short sales, if we can put in the short sale in the comments in MLS that the BPO has already been completed and the third party is ready to move quickly, it makes a huge difference in regards to our response from the folks looking for houses. Okay, so there's a tip in itself. Number two, this house needs work. Okay, I don't really want to get into fixing it. Okay, that's not really my speed, not really what I do. I like to be hands off, and I like to have no money involved in the transaction. So we priced it at a very competitive price point without having it fixed, but making notes in MLS that it does need work. Okay. It's not going to qualify for an FHA loan, all right, because of the work that needs to be done. So we put that in the comments as well. But the other thing that we put in the comments, and I think that's why we're going to have a ton of showings. We listed it yesterday, and we have 4 showings right now between today and yesterday. And in Florida, that's a godsend. Okay, you're lucky to have 4 showings in a month, let alone within the first 24 hours of having it listed. So we had 4 showings, and one of the reasons we did is because number one, we told in the MLS that the BPO and appraisal was done in third party, not the bank, okay, but third party was ready to make a move. All right, and the other thing that we put in there was price as is at 145, but if buyer wants seller to effect repairs, seller may be willing to do so. Excuse me, guys. I'm trying to do this without killing myself or anybody else while I'm driving. But seller may be willing to do so. But with that comes a higher price. Okay. So in other words, we'll sell the house for 145 as is, or we'll fix it. But it's obviously going to incur a higher price. The other thing that we put in there is if the buyer wants it fixed, that we would even go as far as letting them pick some of the things that need to be done in regards to, for example, the house needs paint. Okay, it needs paint inside and out. We'll let them pick the colors. Okay, now what we want to do to mitigate our risk in a deal like that, okay, I don't want to spend that money and have that buyer walk out. Okay, so we want to make sure that we have a serious buyer, okay, and one that we can count on, and that involves a couple of things. Number one, I'm going to have that buyer get pre-approved with my mortgage company, okay, not iVisionary. I also have a mortgage company called Rate Watch Residential, and I'm going to, as the seller, okay, I'm going to require that buyer get pre-approved through us. They don't have to use us, all right, but I want to know that I've got a legitimate buyer. If we give them a great rate and good service and they want to use us, perfect, all right, and we'll disclose to them that we're an interested party, okay, so everything's above board. But the other thing that we want to do when we take a contract, if someone wants us to do the work first, all right, is we're going to ask for a hard deposit. Okay, what's a hard deposit? A hard deposit means if someone wants to give us a deposit, say on a $140,000 house, they'll typically give anywhere between $1,500 and $3,000. If they want us to do the work, we're going to ask to kick that up. We're going to try and ask for $5,000, and we're going to ask to make that deposit hard. In other words, we're going to try to make it hard. I think I can get this deal done in 45 days, completed, and I think I can get it done in 45 days, so I'm going to ask for a hard deposit. I'm going to try and get 90 days, okay, but I'll take 60. So in other words, if the buyer, okay, if the buyer leaves, all right, before that time frame is up, they forfeit their money. That money is mine, okay? So killer tip there, guys. If you got a house that needs work that's in a good area, price it competitively as is. We got buyers crawling over this thing. Market it as well, that you've already got the BPO done and the third party's ready to go, okay? And then at the same time, tell the buyer, hey, I might be willing to fix this property, but it's not gonna be at the as-is price. So in other words, we'll fix it, but we're gonna want to profit from that fix. But we'll still be able to sell the property under market value at the same time. Okay, so some great tips there, guys. I'm telling you, I just thought of this. I'm working on this deal this morning. Very important. Take this stuff down, and it's a great way to market a property that needs work, that you don't necessarily want to get into as far as spending money. At the same time, if you want to spend some money, and you are going to incur some risk there, so you deserve a bigger profit, that's the way to do it. Okay, so remember, guys, when you close that A to B transaction, when you buy it before you resell it, you need to give us a call, okay, or visit our site, ivfinancialsolutions.com, and we will hook you up with the funds in order to get it done. All right, we're having fun with this. I don't know about you guys, but if you're watching this video and you're not having fun with what you're doing today, if you're not enjoying work, you need to change that. You need to change your life. You need to do what you enjoy doing. I'm having a blast today. I'm having fun making this video, okay? And that's the key to being happy in life, is that you enjoy what you're doing, all right? God bless you guys. Take care. I'm glad I made this video safely without hurting anybody. I probably shouldn't be doing this, but it was hot on my mind. I wanted to share it with you, all right? You guys have a blessed day. Knock it out.